Hi, welcome back. My name is Carrie Huang, a public speaking coach. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to explore the topic, interesting information versus relevant information. Which one is more compelling for communications? You can start thinking which one is more important to you. So let's see. These days, communication can be really challenged when you try to connect with other people because everyone's into their phone. Everyone's had the phone. If they don't find your information interesting or relevant to them, most likely they will not engage with you because they have better things to do, such as playing on the phone, even though they seem like still interesting to your topic. So how's that? What is it? What is it considered interesting information? The content needs to be eye-catching and keep your audience interest and attentions. For example, if you're writing an article, your article has to be interesting enough to attract audience attention. If you're writing your email, you want to make sure your email title is interesting enough to get your reader to open your email. Email title is very important. If you don't get them attention, they will say, okay, that's another email. I'm not going to open it, right? So you make sure that your email is really, really interesting enough for them. Another example, we say using the fact or some numbers, statistic number that's for your content. If they can be really interesting and they can also give more credibility as well when people read, okay, there's a lot of interesting information over there. However, if you can add some more method, for instance, you can use some sort of funny stories or metaphors to your content and make them even better to engage your audience. And then they will remember everything that you say. So also keep them reading and listen to you. Another good rule of thumb is to keep the conversation like the conversation style, because some conversation style tone are easy to understand when it comes to keep your readers reading. That way your audience will feel your conversation is more personal to them, not just like talking to anyone in the world, have no name. Sometimes when I see some people talking, like I feel like they're actually singing or just reading from a book. So you don't want to be in that kind of situations. So information has to be natural when you talk or even when you write, had to be have a conversation, that kind of style, not just the monotone. So my advice for this one is put yourself in someone's shoe and ask yourself the questions when you're in those situations. Ask question, for example, would I be interested enough to reading this article? So for instance, if you're reading an article, you want to make sure that the article is interesting enough for yourself. So that the audience will be the same as well. Yeah. And the question you ask, will I stay in the room for the entire presentations? This is a reply to you if you're doing presentations. So when you prepare your presentation, you'll make sure that you do your rehearsal to make sure that if you are the person in the audience, will you listen to you? Another question you can ask is, could I like to spend more time with this person to carry on these conversations? This is applied to you when you talk to a person one-on-one and you have interesting information or not to carry on the conversations. If your answer is to no for all those questions, then you have to figure out why it's not interesting and how you can change it. That's the way how we can improve the information that's interesting. Now I'm going to move on to relevant information. So what is the relevant information in communications? Relevant is applying to a few things. So when you communicate, the content must be relevant to the audience and the people that you talk to. For example, if you're talking to room for the IT professional who want to get to know more about the IT trend, but you use a lot of examples saying, oh, how to raising the animals in the farm. The audience would be like, what is this? Is it something that I need to do for my IT trend now? No, right? As a result, knowing your target audience is important, but knowing the content that you're writing to or the talking is relevant to the audience even more important. Now we're kind of getting the sound for that. Then how we know the information is relevant or not? The answer is study or research. Knowing enough about the subject of content and who is being communicated for to make it relevant to both That way, it will make your communication interesting and same time everyone want to listen to you. So it comes to the question is, which one is more compelling for communication? Is it interesting information or relevant information? Both are very important for communication. Interesting is something that you want to engage audience, and relevant is something that you want to make the benefit to the audience well. For myself, if I have to pick one, I don't have to pick one because I love to have both. But if I have to pick one, I would say relevance more important. It's great to have interesting information to engage audience. However, most people will find the interesting information that can last that long because they cannot keep listening to you if the information is not relevant to them. So eventually they're going to lose the interest. If the information is not relevant to them anymore, they're just going to move on. That's my take. I hope you find this information useful. Let me know if any questions, send me email. Talk to you soon.